This is the Aipas F3 Adventurer. It's a 1500 watt foldable e-bike. And in today's video, I'm going to show you some of the features of this e-bike. Now, they sent this bike to us free to make this review, but I have e-bikes already, and I wanted to give this one a shot to see how it compared. And I have a couple of pros and cons and some advice to give you if you are in the market for an e-bike. Now, this is actually one of the most affordable ones that I've seen that has this many features, including the 1500 watt motor. That's pretty powerful. The e-bikes that I already have are only 750 watt. So this thing definitely has more power. And as far as features goes, there's a few things on here that I like better than the other e-bikes. Now, when you first order this thing and you get it, it's going to come in a box and there is some assembly required, but it's really not that difficult. If you're looking into e-bikes anyway and you have some experience with these types of bikes or bikes in general, then you're going to know how to put these things together. Basically, the handlebar, the seat, the wheel, or at least the front wheel, and a few of the little components do have to be assembled, but again, it's very easy. Now, why opt for an e-bike? Well, first of all, we like to go riding, but to be honest, we're not as fit as we used to be, and we had traditional mountain bikes and it just kind of took a toll on us. And I know exercise is good, but when we want to just enjoy the bike ride instead of struggling all the time, that's when we started to research e-bikes. E-bikes do make it way easier to enjoy the ride instead of just doing it for exercise. And I know some people are going to complain about that and say that's the whole point of biking. Maybe it is to you. But for us, we want to enjoy the ride itself and the scenery. Now, the cool thing about e-bikes is they're not just a trigger-held type of bike. It's not like a motorcycle. You actually can pedal and then the motor kicks in and assists you. And basically it feels like you're just pedaling air and you're just going. So you don't have to worry about the stress of your knees or your back or anything like that, or getting out of breath if you're going for any type of distance. In fact, when it comes to distance, we generally, on average, will ride maybe about 10 to 15 miles each time we go out on our e-bikes. Now, if you want to check out some of the stats, I'll have them down below, but our other e-bikes said that they can go 30, 40, 50 miles, but that's if you're really going on speed 1 or 2 and going slow and just taking your time. But if you crank up the speed all the way, go the fastest that you can and just enjoy the ride, generally you're going to get about 10 to 15 miles max. So whatever trip that you're doing, make it a round trip and you come back to your destination. That's usually what we do. I'll track it. We'll go maybe 5 to 7 miles and then we turn around and go back. And still, we're gonna have battery life on our e-bikes, maybe around 30 to 40%, but that's generally where we want to sit with those anyway. We don't want to get caught somewhere where the battery dies, which has happened to us in the past, where we go about 20 miles and the battery dies and we just barely make it back to our destination with like 2% battery life. So just be mindful of the battery life. Test it out, see how you ride and where you're riding, especially when there's hills, consider that. If you're going on just straight paths, you can go for a long time, maybe 20 miles and you'll be totally fine. But if you're going up and down hills and you're actually working that motor, then that is going to drastically reduce the amount of battery life. It's kind of obvious, right? It's a given. But again, sometimes you forget when you're just enjoying yourself on these bikes and you don't realize how much time has passed or how far you've gone, and all of a sudden your battery life is draining pretty quick. So that's just one thing to keep in mind if you're in the market for an e-bike, is the battery life. The battery life in general across the board on e-bikes is going to be relatively the same anyway. It really depends on how you ride, how far, and the terrain. Now, when it comes to terrain on these types of bikes, yeah, these do have some nice chunky, thick tires, and these are kind of considered all-terrain. But again, just keep in mind, these are not dirt bikes, they're not motorcycles, so if you treat it like that, you're probably gonna have some problems. We don't ride these bikes hard at all. We go on easy trails, we go on some paved trails, and there are some trails in the woods that we go that do have a nice amount of hills, and these bikes do a great job of handling that. But if you're looking for anything extreme, these are not the bikes for you. These are more for joyriding. Now, another feature that we really like is the foldable part. We can fold these up and fit 2 of them in our Lexus. So if you have a small or large SUV, these will fit in there. If you have a smaller vehicle that has a hatchback, these can also fit in there. But definitely test it out. Hopefully you have a large enough trunk area that you can put an e-bike on, or you can get a rack that can go on the tow hitch as well. Now, these bikes are pretty heavy. Some of these can weigh up to 70 pounds, maybe even 80 pounds. This one is relatively lighter than our other e-bikes that we have. But again, just keep that in mind when you're lifting them in and out of the vehicle. Now, the features that I really like on this are the BMX style handlebars. Our other e-bikes don't have that. I like this feature. Another great feature is the full color display. Beautiful display on this as well. Now, if you want to go through some of the menu options in here, you're going to have to kind of test that out for yourself. It's a little bit confusing at first. There are some settings in here that the book doesn't even tell you what they are. But again, I'm not going to mess with the settings too much. There is a way to kind of get the max speed, at least what they're able to allow you to do. So these are allowed on state trails, county trails, things like that. So just consider that. Ask your local authorities or do some research in your local area and see if these are okay to go on trails. But being class 2, they're supposed to be allowed on all trails. Another thing that is just a complete personal opinion is the seat. I just don't like these seats. I get a bigger, fatter old man seat, and it's just more comfortable to ride. But as far as comfort goes, that's just kind of up to you and your preference. You can also get other accessories. You can get little baggies that you can put back here and store water, snacks, lunch, food, things like that. And this even comes with lights. Now, oh yeah, you also have a horn. Now you do have the little front LED light, and you also have this little light back here. And you also have directionals. So if you want to signal left or right, you have that right here on the handlebars. Middle, you can go right. Middle, you can go left. Now here you have a 7-speed switch. So you can use this to release it, or you can go all the way to 1. That's how you control the speeds on this bike here. And you also have the speeds on your display here that go up to 5. And again, this thing can go up to 30 miles an hour while pedaling. If you're going just throttle alone, which the throttle is right here, kind of like a dirt bike, then it's going to max out at around 20-22 going straight. Now, the brakes are a wired brake. They're not hydraulic. Again, not a deal breaker, but we do have disc brakes on both front and rear, and you also have suspension. So the mid to rear as well as the front suspension. So you're going to get a very comfortable ride on this thing. You can also add other accessories. You can put water bottle holders here. You can even add another little GPS unit, a phone holder, anything you want on the handlebars. Now, as far as components go on the bike, I'm not an expert when it comes to any type of professional components at all, but from what I can see, a lot of these components are metal. So I'm actually very impressed with that. Of course, the pedals are going to be plastic. Some of these components are plastic. You have your key down here. This is how you lock the battery in place. Now, when it comes to turning the bike on and off and locking the battery in place, the nice thing is you don't have to have the key in here. So there is a little keyhole right under here, and this will lock the battery in place. So right here, you'll see that little nodule. That nodule is from the battery itself, and it pokes out into here and it keeps it in place here so nothing shakes around. But once it's locked in place, you can just remove the key, you lock this back in place, and then everything is good to go. Don't lose the keys. So let's pack this thing up and let's go riding. And we're going to show you how this thing can handle some of the mild to moderate trails that we have here locally. And again, remember, this thing is not for extreme riding, it's for joyriding.